The isolation that occurs during the awakening process, we've all heard it many times. It's done purposely because everything is inward, right? Our external is a manifestation, a projection of our internal state of being. So it allows us to sit with ourselves and to do that work. And when you're in the thick of it, honestly, I am only an expert in my own experience. It doesn't feel isolating. I never felt alone because I was so focused on what was on the processes that were happening with me and focus on regulating my emotions, which take a lot because a lot is happening, not just internally, but you're also seeing it reflected externally. And initially, many times, it's quite chaotic and unpleasant. We would not prefer it. But I equate this time as our chrysalis. So the isolation is really our own chrysalis. It is indicative of our transformation where we were a caterpillar and we lived our lives convinced that we were this way of being, a caterpillar. And then here comes the transformation where we get this bubble, this isolation becomes our chrysalis, where we go inward and we dismantle the old way of thinking. We dismantle our old view of ourselves. And it's difficult, right? Because we were committed to that person, to that way of life, to that way of showing up in the world. All of that gets dismantled, taken away, just like the caterpillar. I don't have the scientific words, but it becomes almost liquid-like inside of the chrysalis, and then it forms into the caterpillar. And even when it becomes a caterpillar, the caterpillar has to struggle a little bit to come out of the chrysalis. And that struggle activates some chemical or something in the wings that allows it to fly. And we know this because when we've tried to help the caterpillar not struggle, we harm them. And the same exact process happens to us through our awakening, right? We're convinced we are this being. We go into our own chrysalis, which is the isolation period where we dismantle everything we thought we were, we believed, everything. And, really it's a psychological death of who we thought we were. And then we transform through these experiences. This is rebirth into our authentic self as a divine being having this human experience. And even while breaking through the chrysalis, there is some push, there is some force. Do we prefer it? Are we not by this point exhausted? Absolutely. And yet, just like the butterfly, it is a necessary process to strengthen our ability to fly once we are in our new timeline, our new authentic self. So it's important to have grace through our process and understand that while I may not prefer the methods, understanding that it is for our highest good, that my higher self knows exactly what it will take for me to push through and come out as a strong butterfly capable of flight, and to hold on to that. And to know that your process is yours and cannot be compared with anybody else. So be mindful of a lot of scams, quick rich schemes. If you do this in 21 days, blah, blah, blah. Well, mantras are important. We want to do everything we can to help ourselves create neural pathways that benefit us. I want to remind us all that everything we want already exists. The very moment we think of it, it is there. We are powerful creators. It has not come into our external reality because we have to do the work to remove the blocks, the belief systems that are keeping us from it.